Alright, we're back. As you can see, I got the primed upper base, and I have it setting on the bottom stained and varathane bottom part of the base. And right now I'm using this stuff. I think I got this from Chung from Wargamers Consortium. This is parafilm. It's used in laboratories to seal up, can't really see on here, there's like little pictures of petri dishes and test tubes. And if you ever had your blood tested, occasionally they'll use that to put over the rubber stopper, just to give it some more protection. And it kind of grips on its own. It's got a waxy film to it, and it stretches. And what I did is I took little strips like this, cut them in half, then cut little sections out, because I want to do this in small increments to try to get the curvature of the base correct. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay, because we're going to blend the colors. We're going to go from a dark brown off of the stain color, and then go into a deserty or whatever kind of a. And this stuff, look, you can see this. It kind of pulls, and it's a parafilm. I guess parafilm wax. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's like it's kind of like almost a cellophane feel to it, but it's not cellophane. And why don't I lost part of this stickiness. So what I'm going to do, right, you see it on camera. Just kind of stretch it over it and press, and it holds. It actually molds to it. That last project I did for Califo 2015 was actually a pain in the ass to get this stuff off. Not really a pain in the ass, but it just didn't come right off. But there was some rough texture to the wood, like this does too. But I think I'll take some furniture polish to this. So as you can see, I have about almost half of it done. So I'm just going to get this done and not waste your time on the camera with this. And I'll come back and show it to you. Then we'll go down, probably glue it together up here. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll be back. Okay, we are back. Looks like we're losing a little bit of the primer on here. Anyways, a lot of the loose sand and bumped it. So we're going to hit it with another coat of primer. We're going to use some liquid nails to. I took a little bit of a sanding block to take some of this off. It's kind of half-assed. I should have not even finished the top, or this would have been easier to do and wasted time, but it looked pretty while I was doing it. So we got liquid nails to put that on the bottom here, and then we got some acrylic paintable caulking, and we're going to run a bead around the inside of it. Then I don't know if I'm going to texture it or not. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. But right now I'm just going to lay down some of this. I have this in the big giant thing, like a big caulking thing downstairs, but I like, most of the stuff we do is very small scale, and that's good for like doing big mountains and gaming boards, but this is perfect for this type of work. I got to remember not to fill that hole, because we got to run that rod back through, and I'm trying not to. I want to get enough adhesion without, no cleanup. I think we'll be okay. That should work. I'm going to clean this off. Okay, and we're going to have to be a little fiddly, not too bad. So I got the top, I got the 1/8 inch metal rod. I'm going to run that through the bottom. I got some crazy on there. Then, okay. Well, kind of, we just got to make sure it kind of centers correctly. A little dusty from the sanding. Nice. Oh, a little update. I fell yesterday going up the stairs, smashed the plane, but it's back together. I can show you what happened. Lost both the engines. New cowlings with smaller rivets. Looks way better. And you can see the old cowling, how I shrunk them back. This is too overwhelming, I thought. Maybe it was like a blessing in disguise. Smashed those pedals and built new ones. Those are totally out of styrene, and a diamond plate again, but they're, I think, a little more intricate than they were. Lost the stabilizer, and had to put it back in and do some modeling putty because it did not fit on it correctly again. Oh, also had to drill these out because they snapped. And oh, lost part of both sides of this skid. So it's been puttied and then sanded down again. And then we just, we just made some rods. These are a mixture of Magic Sculpt and green stuff, and ran them through the Green Stuff Industries tube maker. I'll put something up here on the video. And I'm going to have to replace some of these areas that got snapped. Where can you see right here? That broke once before, but I lost another piece too. So I'll just have like cut this to fit, cut this to size, and it'll make a good little fix. So that's it for right now. We're gonna let this dry, then come back, and then we're gonna throw some of this caulking in it. Thanks for joining me. Okay, we are back. Off camera, I used the caulking, and what did I do with it? Right here. Like I've said before, I use a lot of stuff in big guns when I'm doing terrain pieces, but this is perfect for doing small pieces like this. And what I did is I just ran a bead, kept running around, and then wetting my finger in a little bit of water, and just setting it nicely so it's got a nice seal look to it. I'm afraid that I might break some of it off when I pull the paraffin. I'm gonna have to touch it up a little bit. We'll cross our fingers on that. I don't want to jinx myself yet, which I probably just did. And then I went back with the primers. Oh, this awesome for priming. I did thin the primer out still, but this is the Grex XGI, I believe. And I've got a 0.5 needle setup in it, so it blows the primer through very quickly. As you can see, look, I can see right here how look at the atomization on that is amazing. And it is so smooth. These are quality brushes. They're a little heavy, but high quality. And these go from a 0.2 to a 0.7. And I don't think I've run the 7 yet. And I got the gun downstairs for doing, like when I do some of my artwork and terrain pieces. But you can just see this is amazing how smooth this goes on. And this is, again, actually this is a little mix. I'm trying to get rid of the Vallejo, so I mixed up some Vallejo and the Steinroy's together. I don't know if it's going to be a bad combination, but the Vallejo thinned out the Steinroy's perfectly. So I'm trying to get through all my Vallejo because the Steinroy's does stay on way better after it's set. And we are out of primer. So just wanted to have you look at this real quick. Trying to find any little hiding white spots. Oh, also, when you're doing cracks like this and doing priming, kind of a good practice for your muscle memory, so you can see how you can follow the lines without going out of them. It's a good little exercise for us. I consider myself an intermediate airbrusher now. Not a beginner, but I'm not an expert at all. I'm still having a hard time getting my mixtures right. So as usual, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next section or part. You'll see when this comes back. Thanks.